Yes, see here. Find the current through the resistance R2 using Thevenin's theorem. Find the current through the resistance R2 using Thevenin's theorem. See the diagram. R1 is given 4 ohms. R3 is given 1 ohm. R2 values 2 ohm. You have two batteries, 28 volt and 7 volt on either side. This is your actual original circuit given to you. And they're asking us to find the current through the resistor R2. So the component to be removed here is what?
R2.
R2.
Yes. See the first step. See the first step I have written. Remove R2 and replace the voltage source by short circuit and find RTH. So see the diagram. I have replaced the voltage source by short circuit. Two voltage source, I am going to replace it by short circuit, and I have removed this R2. So this terminal is open, and I am going to find the equivalent equivalent across these two terminals. In superposition theorem, at a time we'll be considering only one source, correct? But in Thevenin's theorem, after removing the resistance, you have to deactivate all the sources. So how many ever sources you have, you have to deactivate them. So deactivating the voltage source is equivalent to us replacing it by a short circuit. So see here, I have removed the first step, I have removed this R2. So see here, I opened it out. Okay. And I have short circuited my voltage source. What is the RTH now from the diagram? See, I have redrawn the diagram like this for understanding in a better way. So anyways, you see R1 is connected between this point and ground. R3 is connected between this point and ground. So both are going to be parallel. Correct? So see here, I have redrawn the circuit this way. So now what is RTH? 4 parallel to 1. Is that clear?
1.8.
Yes. So RTH is going to be 0.8 ohms. Anybody is having doubt in this step how to find RTH? Across the removed component, you have to look through and see what is your RTH. See, usually component will be at this end or this end. So if you are finding RTH from this end means you will be coming from the reverse way, correct? But since here RTH is at the middle, I need to redraw the diagram in a better way for understanding. That's why even though this is your actual diagram, I am redrawing the diagram like this for my better understanding. It's all resistors, right? So you can move them as you like, provided their configuration is not disturbed. Is everyone clear with finding RTH for this sum? RTH is 0.8 ohms. Anybody is having doubt? And if you are finding difficult how to find resistance in series and parallel, you see here the current entering. You assume a voltage source is here. If the current is entering, it is getting split into two. So when the current is going to split, it is going to be parallel. That way also you can identify. So it all depends on how you visualize things in a circuit. That's all. So step one is done. Step one is remove R2. Across the
Sir,
removed
doubt,
R.
sir.
Yes,
Sir,
yes.
sir, if RTH is removed means why can't we consider R1 and R3 in series, sir?
I am see that is what I am measuring. I want to find RTH across the open terminal. Across this terminal, you have to see how R1 and RC are connected. You're
Oh,
able to
okay, sir.
understand. See, if I am just finding out the equivalent resistance means if I am finding equivalent resistance across these 2 points means what you say is correct. R1 and R3 are in series, correct? But I am finding equivalent resistance across this middle point. So are they in series? That's why I said you consider an voltage source here. So the current coming out of voltage source will be splitting into two. So when the current is going to split, you know it is going to be parallel. Simple.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Anybody ask me? Yeah, somebody call me.
Sir,
Is that yes? Yes.
sir, அந்த ஆர்டிஹெச் வந்து மிடில் இருக்கனால தானே சார் நம்ம ரீட்ராப் பண்றோம் இந்த சர்க்கியூட்டை.
Yes. Yes.
ஒருவேளை
Yes. Yes.
if it is in the right most side, we will consider the R1 and R3 in series, no sir.
Where yes, correct. You assume this RTH is not there. RTH is somewhere here. You are measuring means then R1 R3 will be in series. Yes, that is correct.
No need for redrawing, no sir. Okay, sir.
No need for redrawing. See, this redrawing is also for your understanding only. If you can directly see and write, that is far and good. By redrawing, you can avoid making mistakes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Is RTH clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Maybe I think we don't have time for doing VTH. I don't think we can do, or it will take some more time. So maybe we'll stop here. So for now, we have seen in Thevenin's theorem how to find RTH for a given circuit. So next step is going to be we are going to find VTH. I'm just showing you the result. I found out VTH. Now you see here, I have drawn VTH, RTH, and my removed resistor. See now current through 2 ohms is very simple. By applying a simple KVL, I can find the current through 2 ohms. See, directly, if you do, chance of making mistakes is very, very high. But if you apply Thevenin's theorem, you will get the answer very, very quickly. See, direct method also I have done here for your understanding. So if you see, you can do is in direct method also. You can understand it better. The Thevenin's theorem, we have seen it is used for network simplification, and 4 important steps are there. You have to understand, you have to be very clear on the 4 steps. So we have seen only the first step, removing the component and finding out the RTH. So step 2, 3, and 4. Tomorrow we don't have class, so we'll see we'll complete Thevenin's theorem, and one complete problem we'll do on Saturday. So Saturday, I think we have 1 and 2 BW. Continuously we have class, so that we'll have a flow of doing more problems in Thevenin's theorem. Okay, so Saturday, I think we should be getting a clear picture of how Thevenin's theorem is going to be applied in circuit. So we have 2 more minutes. Anybody is having doubt, you can please. So next, we are going to find VTH. We are going to find the V Thevenin applied across the open terminal. See here, I have drawn the diagram. I have included all my sources back. You see 28 volt and 7 volt I have included. The resistances are same. And I want voltage at this point. Across these terminals, I want the voltage. So you can see a node here. So I'm going to mark this node as V. And I am assuming, you see here, you have 3 branches coming here. So I'm assuming the current direction like this. Okay, I'm assuming the current direction like this. So 3 currents are there. How many incoming current and how many outgoing current? How many?
One incoming,
One
two
incoming,
outgoing.
2 outgoing.
And you see here, this terminal is open. So naturally, even though I assume this current, this value will be 0 because this terminal is open, correct? See, this same thing you can do using KVL also. It's a simple loop. But while finding VTH, you might find some difficulty because you are finding VTH across this point. It is between the 2 resistors. So it is advisable to use KCL here. You will get the answer directly in one step. Okay. So I'm this actually effectively only two currents are flowing through this node. The third current is 0. If third current is 0, I can say the same current is going to flow through both. Correct. So see the KCL equation at node B, I1 equal to I2 plus I3. Okay, 1 incoming current, 2 outgoing current, and I3 is 0 because I have opened this terminal. So I1 equal to I2. This is your KCL equation. So whatever current is coming in is going out. So this is not an actual exact node. It is a, maybe you can call it as a simplified node. Because for node, the condition you have to have 3 branches, and across the 3 branches, current has to flow. But here you see across 2 branches, current is flowing. On 1 branch, the current is 0 because we have opened it up. Okay, so it is not an exact node. You can assume it to be a virtual node. So now I1, what is I1 from the diagram? I1 is flowing between 28 and V. Correct? So I1 is 28 minus V by 4. And I2, you see, I2 is flowing from V to 7. So it is V minus 7 by 1. So if you simplify, divide both sides by the left hand side, divide both sides by 4. So 28 by 4 is 7. 7 minus V by 4 equal to V minus 7. So rearrange the constants on one side and variable on other side. 7 plus 7, 14 equal to V plus V by 4 or 5V by 4. So V is equal to 56 by 4 or 11.2 voltage. This V is actually your VTH because I am measuring VTH across this open terminal. Okay, so this V is going to be my VTH. So I got the value of VTH as 11.2 volts. Anybody is having doubt in VTH computation? See, VTH, what the first step is the removed component will be removed. No change to that portion. Only thing you have to add your sources back. So here in the given circuit, you see I have two voltage sources. I have removed them for computing RTH. Now I am adding them back. And I have to find VTH across the removed component. So at this point and this point, I'm going to measure VTH. I again say I have chosen KCL because it is easy for me. You can even do it by using KVL. You can even use voltage division, current division, any method you can follow, but still you will be ending up with 11.2 volts only as your answer. Any doubt anybody can ask? Anybody is having doubts, please ask.
Sir,
Yes.
so current direction மட்டும் ரெடி சொல்றீங்களா சார்?
Current direction, you can assume yourself. I have assumed this for my convenience. You can assume also. See, actually, I told you current is going to always current will be flowing away from the source, correct? So actually, current should be flowing only this way. But since you have two voltage sources, and among the two, 28 is stronger one. So even though you get some current from 7 volt, this 28 volt current is going to dominate. So this entire current is going to flow only this way. See, again, the direction I told you in KCL, direction is your wish. Whatever method you assume, you'll get the same answer. Even if you assume it other way also, you'll end up getting VTH as 11.2 only. Okay?
சார் I2 வந்து நோட் 1 ரீச் பண்ற மாதிரி போட்டா தப்பாகுமா சார்? ஏன்னா 7 வோல்ட்ல இருந்து நெகட்டிவ் டு பாசிட்டிவ் டைரக்ஷன்ல போடும்போது
Then the equation will be I1 plus I2 equal to 0, correct?
sir.
I2, and what will be the expression for I2 if you consider I2 as the other way, coming from 7 volt? What will be I2 then?
Sir,
இல்ல I2 வந்து நான் எடுத்த டைரக்ஷன் ஆப்போசிட்டா நீங்க எடுத்தீங்கன்னா what will be the expression for
7 minus V by 1.
7 minus V by 1, correct?
sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Or if you assume direction of I2 opposite as a direction what I have assumed now, what will be the expression for I2? 7 minus V by 1 வருமா?
Yes, sir.
Same answer you will get.
Okay, sir.
But in the direction, உங்களுக்கு what direction you are comfortable, please assume that no issues. Final answer will obviously be same. So don't worry about that.
Okay, sir.
உங்களுக்கு எப்படி assume பண்ணா convenient இருக்குமோ, please go ahead and do that. The final answer is going to be same for all. Anybody else is having VTH, the computation doubts, how to find VTH? VTH, you are going to find across the removed terminal. So what terminal you have removed in the previous diagram for computing RTH, across that 2 points, you are going to find VTH, including your voltage source. If you have short circuited your voltage source, add it back. If you have opened your current source, please add them back. So add all the sources back and find VTH across the removed component. So once I found out RTH and VTH, what I am doing, I am drawing the equivalent circuit. See here, VTH, RTH. Now I am going to add the removed component, 2 ohms. So this will complete your circuit. So I see the page I am showing. I have shown you the diagram, final diagram for Thevenin circuit. Right? See here, you will have VTH and RTH will be in series, and you will have to add the resistor which you have removed. Now here 2 ohms was removed by S, correct? So if you have to add the 2 ohms and complete the circuit. So you see here VTH, RTH and 2 ohms. VTH is 11.2, RTH is 0.8, and this 2 ohms will be added here. So now you know current is going to flow away from the battery. So this is going to be the current direction. So if I apply Kirchhoff voltage law, I can write I is equal to V by R. V is 11.2. You the same current is flowing through 0.8 and 2. So both are in series. So 11.2 by 0.8 plus 2. So you get the answer as 4 amperes. You get the answer as 4 amperes. So அவ்வளோ பெரிய சர்க்கியூட்ல நோடல் அனாலிசிஸ் பண்றதுக்கும் single loopல பண்றதுக்கும் it becomes simple, right? So here I just need to apply KVL and Ohm's law. I is equal to V by R. I can find the current across the current flowing through 2 ohms very, very easily. Only thing what you should do carefully is you should take extra caution while finding out RTH and VTH. Step by step, நீங்க அழகா போட்டே வந்தீங்கன்னா it will be very, very simple for you. Is this Thevenin's theorem clear? We have taken one example now and we have solved it using Thevenin's theorem. Just to see whether the answer is same, we are going to solve the same problem using normal method and check whether we still get I is equal to 4 amperes. Because only if I prove that, you get confidence, right? Whatever method you do, the answer is going to be same. So the same problem we are going to take, the same problem we are going to do by other method, and we are going to prove that the answer what you get by Thevenin's theorem and the answer what you get by other methods are exactly same. It's see you need not prove this for every sum. So if you are your answer ends actually with 4 ohms. But what I am doing now is to prove that, for giving you confidence to say that whatever method you do, the answer is going to be same. And in exam, if no method is mentioned, you are free enough to do whichever method you are comfortable. But if specifically they are given find using superposition theorem, find using Thevenin's theorem, then you have to do only by that method. You can cross-check the answer by doing by other methods. Okay, I think I made my point clear. Now see,
Sir,
I'm
a
taking the
doubt,
same.
sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, while finding VTH, sir,
Yeah,
if we do by KVL method, sir, Kirchhoff's
yeah.
voltage law method, that means first we have to find the current around the circuit, and after that, using
Yes,
Kirchhoff's voltage law, we can do it, no, sir?
yes, you can do it. That's what
Okay, sir.
you have to redraw the circuit for finding VThevenin using KVL.
Sir, for that, the current which we use, we use like the current which is in this circuit or normal circuit, sir? Like,
No, this see, when you use KVL means this open circuit anyways has no effect. So how will the current flow in this circuit? The loop current will be
loop
flowing in which direction? It will be flowing like this, right?
one direction only, sir, from 28
I
volts
am
up.
showing it right. So it will be flowing this way.
Okay, sir.
So it is simple. I is going to be 28 minus 7 by 4 plus 1. So you will get the value of I. From I, you can find VThevenin.
Okay, sir.
That can also be done. But for me, visualizing the circuit, I feel KCL to be easy. So I did by using nodal analysis. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, now see the same problem I have taken with all the sources, with all the resistors. I have marked this node as V. Now we are going to find the current through 2 ohms using nodal analysis. See, I have taken nodal analysis. You can even do it by mesh analysis if you are comfortable. Please proceed and say me the answer. If you're doing by nodal, the diagram is on the board. I have even marked the direction of current I1, I2, and I3. So you can use the same direction so that we can cross-check the answers. If you are going by mesh analysis, then you have to assume the loop currents I1 and I2 in proper way, and then you have to do it. So only one node is there where 3 branches are going to meet. So apply nodal analysis at node V. See how many currents are coming and how many currents are going out.
Sir, V is equal to 8 volts.
Others, please do it. Any method I have drawn, I have assumed Kirchhoff current law. So if you are comfortable with KCL at node analysis, you can do it. Or if you are very comfortable with mesh analysis, please go ahead and find the current through 2 ohms resistor. So at node V, I have assumed one current is coming, it is getting split into two. So I1 equal to I2 plus I3. See the direction of I1. I1 is flowing from 28 volt to V. So it is 28 minus V by 4. I2, you see, it is flowing from V to ground. So it is V minus 0 by 2. I3, sorry, it is I3. I2, you see, it is flowing from V to 7. So it is V minus 7 by 1. So you take all V terms to one side, you take all constant terms to other side. If you do that way, yes, V is equal to 8 volt. Yes, you will get V is equal to 8 volt.
Sir, current through 2 ohm is 4 ampere, sir.
Yes, I told you, obviously, you'll get the same answer. You see here, we get the same answer by using any method. So obviously, you should get only 4 amperes. Even without doing also, you should be confidently saying, I will get the answer as 4 amperes only. See, 2 loops, it may look simple, but when you have more than 3 to 4 loops are there, means even doing KCL or doing mesh or nodal becomes difficult. In that case, it is advisable to go for theorem, because 5 loops will become single loop at the end of the application of theorem. The 2 loops பார்க்குறப்ப you will find that KCL or KVL might be easier method compared to Thevenin's theorem. Accepted. But when you have more than 2 loops, when you have 3 or 4 loops in your problem, then the Thevenin's theorem will be more easy to do than comparing your conventional method. Please solve this problem by normal method to check the answer as 4 amperes again you get or not. I have done this using nodal analysis method. Everyone getting the answer as 4 amperes. V is 8 volt and I is 4 amperes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
See, if you do using mesh analysis, means what you should do, you will have to assume the current direction. You can assume the current direction to be I1 and I2 like this. So effectively, current flowing through 2 ohms will be I1 greater value minus smaller value. So if you assume I1 is the first loop like this and I2 in the second loop like this, so you find I1 and I2, then the current flowing through the 2 ohm resistor will be either it will be I1 minus I2 or I2 minus I1, depending on the magnitude of the current. Okay, that will be you will get the answer directly in mesh analysis, because in mesh we find the current directly. In node we find the voltage. From voltage, if you apply Ohm's law, you will get the current. One more extra step you have to do in nodal. But in mesh you will get the answer directly, because you find I1 and I2 directly from the given problem. So this confirms that whatever method you do, the answer is going to be same. Okay. So in exams, you try to use the method which is comfortable to you and which will take less amount of time, so that you can spend the remaining time for cross-checking your answer. So every sum, please complete the problem and cross-check your answer by doing it by other method. So with that way, 100% surely you can say my answer is correct. So you will not have that sense of doubt while continuing and solving the other questions. You will confidently say that previous question I got it correct. Now let me do this question confidently. So for any question given in the exam, please cross-check your answer before proceeding to the next question. This is my sincere advice to all of you. This applies to all your CAT exams and your final semester exams also. Is this clear? Shall we go to the next problem, or anybody has doubts or queries in Thevenin's theorem? We are going to solve some 2 or 3 more problems in Thevenin's theorem so that you get enough amount of practice. Shall we move to the next problem, or anybody is having any problem with the solving method? Only if you open up, I can help from my side. If you are silent, I'll assume that things are going fine and I'll proceed with the next problem. Shall we go to the next problem?
Yes, sir.
Anybody wants some more time? See, again, this material is uploaded. Even if you feel that a little bit fast I'm moving, you can download the material at any point of time. You know how to apply KVL and KCL. So you can solve it by yourself, and you can take the additional time after your regular timings, and you can complete the answer.